What's up, folks? All right. Haven't done one of these in a while, so yeah. I've been working on some stuff, and I'm still working on it, but I figured I'd just go ahead and log in and let you guys kind of see what I'm up to right now. Still have quite a bit of gremlins to work out. Now, I had it decent the end of last week, and then I looked at some things and I found that there were a few weaknesses, and then looking for those weaknesses, I probably unraveled more than I probably should have, but it's okay. I think it'll be strong in the long run. So this is the current. So the script I guess it's doing okay overall, but I'm somehow getting exited as soon as I put I've got a lot. Okay, so I've got a lot of safeguards. Okay, so when you use a strategy for Tradestation, you can kind of monitor your position and that kind of thing without a lot of. It's not as complex and intuitive. It's just very basic when you use a strategy, and so you can have more control when you use order tickets. But using order tickets, you really have to understand and get into the nitty-gritty of the program, and when you are using order tickets on a tick basis, you really have to understand what's going on, because it can put multiple entries in at one time. And so when it puts multiple entries in at one time, you got to make sure that you safeguard yourself. Not only that, but you're trading futures on the Tradestation platform and you're using leverage, you're using the margin, you have to have a protection order somewhere, right? So when you put an entry in, it has to have a protection order. Look at these entries. So far, these entries right here are great. This script, let's see, overnight. Well, it doesn't even really matter because most of them didn't get to play out. So overnight I ran it, so starting from early hours this morning, that one won, that one won. This one was a small L. This one was a little L. And then we have I think these in here, they didn't even hold the position. They started exiting the position right away. You see how this one, instead of putting the position on and holding the position until it hit take profit, actually it would have put it on here and taken profit here, right? So that would have been a win. This one here is a L. This one here went in, profited. This one here, it went in and then it looked like it just exited without staying in the position. And then here, this would have been an L, right? Because it would have got in here, and then stop loss is down here. This one here, we would have got in here, it would have won, right? This one, it just got in, got out, but had it stayed in position, well, that one's not even showing. You know what? I think I've got something else going on now. So it's not plotting the correct exits. So I made a couple changes, obviously. During the course of the morning here, when I saw this, I went in and made some changes, and obviously I made those changes, and now it's not putting my my stop loss, my protection, and my take profit at the right places. But if it had of, then this right here, this would have been the stop loss down here, and then the take profit would have been somewhere up here. So that would have been a win. This one here, same way, stop loss would have been down here, and I think I've got it set up for like a one-to-one R to R, RR. So the stop loss would have been down here, just below this last low, and then the take profit would have been an equidistant from here to here. So would have been about right here, which it would have won also. All right, so I think my strategy is working. And again, this is a strategy that I've been, kind of building and developing for the last month or so. This is the first time where I've really started expanding on the program that I'm working on instead of scrapping it and going to a new program. So up until this point, this program now is about 2,000. It's about 1,600 lines long, which, like I said, that doesn't even include the designer generated code, which is another 2,000 lines long. But anyway, so, and then a lot of what I'm doing as well is the user interface, or the graphic user interface, so that I can interact with the program on the fly. All right, so this is what, when I pull up the program, this is what comes up. Okay, so so far for today, on account of, like I said, from midnight, it pretty much was break even, and then those couple ones that we got didn't do very much. But so we are at negative $6, which, if I'm not losing, I'm winning, right? I mean, trading is that difficult, and I've been down such a long road to where if I'm not losing, then I'm winning, right? So $6, that's not a loss. So break even, where I'm at right now is a win. But once I get some of these other little issues sorted out, I'm sure we'll do a lot better. But the only thing I kind of logged in today to show, and like I said, I spend a lot more time kind of in that deep work mindset, and I don't do as many videos just for the fact that now I've already spent, I don't know, like 10 minutes going over this stuff, 7 minutes going over this stuff, and that could have been 7 minutes that I was using to dedicate to my program. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm probably just gonna go silent, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of work for 10 to 15 minutes, and you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then beyond that, like I said, I won't narrate as much. Now, if somebody comes to the room or something like that, well, I mean, you could always ask questions. If I see the question, I'll certainly answer it. But maybe I'll have to put something across the screen next time to say, ask questions if you will come into the room. All right. But as for me, I'm going to put my music back on, and I'm going to just make a few. So the only thing that I'm really going to work on right now is how many trades did I take for the day. Like I said, here, label 6 is going to be number of trades taken for the day. I'm going to have a way to clear that out. So maybe like pressing enter or pressing control or double clicking on the label. I'm going to find some way to be able to clear that. And so I just need to work through the process of figuring that out. All right. So clearly, I forgot how to do the button down. Now I can do the button down when you're on a form, or let's see. So what in the world, man? Analysis technique, platform. Trying to find the key down information. Well, it looks like it's in the hard bracket, so let's try that. It definitely still doesn't like that. And this is not hard brackets. Square brackets. Let's try this. Okay, I think we're getting close. There we go. There we go. So we got to use the we have to use the platform.click event. Args is key down. Because I was going to say we already have the platform pulled up. I mean, platform's already pulled up. All right, so is key down, and then this is for the platform. So we're going to have a couple that we can go by. I think it's a control, enter, or shift. Platform.key index. Platform.key. Dot. And control is fine. Nothing fancy. Boom. No. Still don't have it. It's not a static member. What I do here? It's not a static member. Really? want to get the same thing here. Freak, man. All right, let's use another workspace. Using is it TS platform? All right. You know what it is? I believe because I'm inside this, because I know I've used this before and I didn't have this much trouble with it, but I believe it's because I'm within this method here where I'm within an args environment. This won't work. So what I'm gonna have to do is use some type of inch bar persist variable that senses whether or not we have a button down event. All right, so let's go. We're gonna clear our bookmarks. All right, we're gonna come back and put a bookmark here so that when we go down to the end, so for every tick, we're gonna do something like if platform dot. Nope, it's not wanting to come up here either. Platform dot. No, you know what it is? Toolbox. Platform client host. That's what it is. Click that. Have this. That's not it. It's one of these though. All right, so go back to toolbox. I thought it was just platform. There it is, platform. Shouldn't be on the order. It should be down. Here somewhere. It's not that though. I'm gonna take that. All right, get none of that. All right, let's see if we do have platform 1 dot. Huh, it is related to orders, huh? Goes to show you what I know. Order entry prefaces. Gets the order entry prefaces. Really? That's it? Order entry prefaces. Alright. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe it's host. Or charting host. Charting. Charting host. Charting host. Alright. Then you go to all key down. Double click that. When you double click that, that gives you a double click that. That gives you a method here. And then now with these args, you can do what you want to do. Alright, so we're gonna say if args dot. I feel like it still should have been easier than that though. Is key down. Virtual keys dot control key, then we're just going to have a variable that's called control press. Equals true. All right. And then on key up, we need to just do the opposite. So if the args is virtual control key, then we're gonna make it back false. All right, come back up here and do control press, add control press. All right, verify that. Now, okay, so now if this is, if control press, excuse me, then we're gonna print level press. All right, verify that. Now we can come back to our chart finally. And there's a bunch of order. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, it didn't try to take any more. Well, the script was turned off, so. All right, so did he try to take any more? Ooh, thing went right up. Good gracious. See what long hunting, if it gave any more indications for entry. No. So let's go over here. We're gonna press this. We're just gonna click in here. Nothing. All right, now we're gonna hit the control button and then press it. And nothing. All right. Let's go back. What I want to do is I want to just go back to that here, and we're going to save control key down, then control press. Yeah, this is a whole thing. I mean, you really have to kind of go at this line by line and figure some things out. And I've got an idea too. This script's probably going to almost double in size because right now pretty much all I'm looking at is the longs. I'm going to be adding the shorts to it, as well as allowing the script to be able to work with other indices, other features as well. So I got a lot of work to do. All right, so I made a modification there. So I just want to, if I click the control button, I want to say control press. All right, so I'm on the chart. Okay, I'm on the chart, hit the control button, and it did. All right, you know what? That worked. All right, so control press works in the chart. I forgot it's the charting host. I'm actually on the form. So I need to set something so it works for the form. You see here, I'm in the, yeah, all right. Okay, I need it to be in the form. Or on the panel. Yeah. That all that stuff works for the chart. I needed to work for the... I can still leave that variable and everything for the chart. That way, if I want to add some other modifiers to the chart, such as holding the control button and then clicking on an object or something like that, it'll work. But I need this to work specifically for this label here. So let's go back to mouse click. And there's a couple of different ways that I could do it just by doing the mouse click by itself. But I want it to work how I want it to work. Button, which mouse button are you clicking on? Clicks, number of clicks that you do. Delta, XY. There's got to be a way. Got to be a way. Let's go to... There's when the control is clicked. It's a mouse click. Let's go to click. Let's try click. Then we're going to come in here and see if we can get any kind of modifiers on the keyboard when we do a click. So, okay, put me into a trade. Okay, and so now the brackets and everything work correctly. So I don't know why it didn't work correctly before. But you see, it tried to put me in one right there, and it didn't work there, but it did work here. So there's still something going. No. It tried to put me in here. I guess this was the entry, and it didn't work here, but it worked out here, which I lost, 2 ticks on that. So that's unfortunate. But also, when it did it, it kicked me out. It said that, I think something that I was working on said that it didn't have a, I've got to figure out where that error came from. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. I did, several modifications earlier this morning, and I don't know. Well, it says it's in the main, so I got to look in the main portion of the script to find out where the error is. But I won't bore you guys with that. I'll hop off here and do that. In the meantime, I do want to just kind of finish this one part of the script here. Come on, tap me out. 150. Come on, tap me out. All right, so here I wanted to try. Where's that? Here. Nope. All right, that was good. That was a good trade. I'm gonna have to turn it off, turn it back on in order for it to put me into any new trades. Just for the simple fact that, like I said, I have this this error that I need to figure out what's going on in the main portion of my script. That's the other good thing about having a lot of methods, is that if there's an error in the methods, then it'll show up that it's an error in the methods. Otherwise, it'll just say it's an error in the main code. So now I know that I don't have to worry about looking at my methods. I can just look in the main code. All right, so arc still doesn't work with this. Let's see if I go to form, and if the tab has, if the form key key down, click, activated, form, close, got focus, mouse click, mouse enter, key size shown, visible change, activated. Panel. This sucks. It's gotta be a way. I'm still upset that this didn't take the entry way down here, but gotta stay focused here. All right, got focus, please. I'm just curious if Form 1 has anything with it. A set button? I don't know what that is. Add control. Form, click, change focus. Nothing there. Well, because I don't need to click, well, if I click on it by accident though, it's what I'm setting up is something to reset this number, but I only want to reset it if I hit another button and that. So I need it to be something like I won't accidentally click on this label. If I do, then it'll reset it. So I know that there's something that just says is key down. But again, that is for the charts. And this needs to be for the form. You know what? Let's see. I think that there is something where we can just do clicks. So we'll just do like 3 clicks. And I think you have to do it in a sequential order. So right now, that's just gonna have to work so we can move forward on to something else. All right, so if we do mouse click, double click on mouse click, go over here, and then it's in the mouse click section. What we're gonna say is if we have the number of clicks. Because we gotta move on, we can't get stuck on this. Args dot clicks equals 3, then print label press. Okay, so we do that. All right, let's reload in here. All right, so now we're going to click on it 3 times. We're going to look for, we're going to clear this. We're going to look for control press to show up when we click on this 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go back. Where are we at here? No, actually it's this one. How did I get this up here? I don't know where I put that other statement at. So if args dot clicks, there's no clicks here. Label trades today, click. That is for the clicking the actual object. So we go to here, level 6, instead of double click that one, and that puts us here. Args. It's not this one. Must be this other one. Again, we're trying to determine how many times it's been clicked. So it's not clicks, it's mouse clicks. So we just double clicked over there, and then that brought us directly to the method. So if args.clicks equals 3, then print label press. Let's just print. We're just going to print a random 1, just to say that we are actually observing that we're clicking on the text box anyway. So loading up. Okay, now we're just going to click it once. All right, so we clicked it once, and there we go. So if we click it 1, 2, 3, it should be showing that it was clicked 3 times. Args.clicks equals 3. I can't click it any faster than that, though. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Args.clicks. Alright, so just for clarity, let's go over here, right click that, go to definition. It's going to pull up a definition. Alright, go to right click on the method, nothing there. Alright. Clicks gets the number of times the mouse button was pressed and released. Windows Forms. Let's do this. Let's copy that and actually print what it determines the number of clicks to be. Args.clicks. To string. Verify that. Clear this. Now we have to pull it back up. One, two, three. Yeah, it's still giving us 1. That something that something is going on with that, because I have used this before and there hadn't been any issues with it. So I mean, I could make a whole other variable that keeps track of the number of clicks, but then that would have to, because that wouldn't exist within this local method, that'd have to be a module level variable. And that's just another variable that I just don't want it to have to keep up with. I feel like I need to come up with something simpler. All right, args.clicks are string. This sucks. control clicked. Oh, well. I was thinking if I could do anything with sender, but I don't think so. This has worked before, so I'm upset that this isn't working now. There's nothing to do with just clicking on it. Ah! Again, guys, this is my curse, is that I don't give up on stuff. So I'm probably just going to delete this whole video when I get done with it, because I feel like it's not as productive as I wanted to be. But I'm sorry, I just can't go on with something not being the way that I want it to be. So I will keep fumbling with it. Oh, you know what? I think it was Delta. I think Delta keeps track of how many clicks it was, maybe. And clicks is just one click, but Delta is maybe multiple clicks? I don't know. But we're gonna print it. Let's check it out. All right. Yeah, so when I click on it, that goes 1. No, Delta is giving us 0. All right, well, that doesn't help. It should have took an entry there too, it looks like. That probably is one of those times where it wasn't trading because we were busy doing our program. Should have took one there too. Anyway. All right. Easy language help is not being very helpful today. Check out this dictionary. Oh, that's what's the number of times that the mouse rolls. Let's see what delta is then. We go in here. I could do that. I could deal with delta. That's going to be my best solution right now. So if I go in here and I roll the mouse, click on it, roll the mouse. All right, well that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Why doesn't that do anything? I think these, like, you know what? Is it possible that the information that's set up for the labels just doesn't work? And maybe it's worked better for like text boxes. You know what? I'm gonna try that. This really sucks right now. All right, let's just try a text box. Go in here. I'm going to add a text box. All right, nothing. Yep. Freak. All right, so the labels doesn't seem to do as much. The label doesn't have as many options. See, if you look over here at the events, label doesn't have as many options. You know, you have the mouse click, the click, mouse leave, wheel, mouse wheel, which I'm still not getting that the method that the event handlers are really doing what these say they're supposed to do. I'm not getting that anyway. But if you go to text box, you have a little bit more. You have to click, key press, up and down, mouse click, all this kind of stuff. So this is what I'm looking for. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and change this, and then we're going to use text box. So I've spent, 30, 35 minutes figuring that out. I need to write that down in my journal. So let me go ahead and get this started, and then I'll write that down in my journal. We're going to change the name of this. This is going to be text box. Trades taken. Trade count. And then we don't need to do anything there. We're going to come back with that. We will go ahead and set up the method event handler. It's going to be key press down, because we want to be able to say that if we have press down. So if args dot, now we got it. If args dot control, I think we can just do that. Then we'll say print text box press. All right, verify that. Now we got something. Notice my computer's been a little bit more sluggish here last day or so, so not really sure what's going on with that, but get this out of here. All right, come over here, and now we're going to press this box. All right, oh, I I gotta hit the control. All right, perfect. So I hit the control button and you see it says text box press. Perfect. All right, if I hit the enter button, nothing. Hit the control button, perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and clean this up a little bit. We will come back, get rid of this label. We need to get rid of this, Trades Today and that. We're gonna get rid of this. We'll come back over here. We need to make sure that we clean up our program. So the label, delete that. And then there was one more up top. I think it was in the body label trades here. This one, delete that. All right, now we're going to come back over to this text box. This is going to be our text box trade count, and then go back into here. And so what we're going to do is when that is pressed, instead of just printing text box press, we're just going to update the text box. So text box trade count dot text will be equal to trades. We just put trade count. And actually, what I want to do is I want to just delete that. We're going to delete the count because that's the whole point of having the control press. So what we're going to do is we're going to do count trades today equals 0. Sorry, my chair here, arm rubbing up against it. All right, so C trades today is equal to 0. And then we can go ahead and if we press control anyway, it's going to do this. No. Yeah. It's just going, yeah, so it'll reset that to 0 and then it'll put the number. The trade count plus num to string of the count trades today. And we need how many decimal places? It'll be 0 because it is a integer. All right, and then when we go back up to where we enter the trade at, we need to label trades today dot text. Nope, that will be text box trade count dot text trades today. Or I think I did trade count. All right, so we updating C trades today with 1 when we get a new trade, and then we are updating our text box. Now also when we uninitialize, we need to store in app storage trade count equals C trades today. So when the program is initialized and uninitialized, it will have this this value. Okay, so trade count, app storage trade count. It's just going to be another one of those things that we update with the chart when we bring the analysis technique back up. So C trades today is going to be equal to app storage of, and it'll give us an error the first time we do this, but then it'll be fine. That's type integer. Yep, it is an integer. Yes, C trades today. Yes, app storage trade count as type integer. Okay, and then otherwise, like I say, with the new orders, it will be giving us an additional 1. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and verify this. Oh, and I need to, on initialization, I need to update that label 1 time. Otherwise, I'll probably get, so you see the first time I did it, I got a no object. That's just because there was nothing in app storage when I did it this first time. There were things in the app storage that allowed us to go into that block, but there was nothing in that app storage for trade count. Okay, so now all I have to do is just redo it, because on that first time of running it, we did get something in the app storage. So now there's something in the app storage. So now let's just rerun this program. Then we won't get the error. All right. Did I just hit a button? I think I just hit a place an order button or something. Okay. All right. So now come back over here and you see we have text box, but now all you have to do is hit the control and it'll give us trade count. All right, so let's again clean that up a little bit more. Just move this out. In order to move this, you see what I did? So if it's on auto hide, you can't do it, right? So if it's on auto hide, you can't do it. And so when you double click on this, it won't move. When you try to drag this, it won't move. But if you pin it down, so now it has its own window, now you can drag it away, and I'm putting it on another monitor. Okay, so that way I can free up more space, more real estate on this screen. So we're going to go to text box, and then I'm just going to go to properties, and I don't recall what the background. Let's see, I need to figure out how I want to do this. Do none for that. Now it looks more like a label, right? So it looks a little bit cleaner. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. All right. But like I said, there's one other thing I needed for this to update when we first open the chart up. So when I go back to the initial setup, initialize, I want to go ahead and after we get this trades today in here, now we need to go ahead and update the labels. So down here lower, I've updated my labels. I mean, I could do it right. Yeah, let's just do it right here. So we're going to do label. I pass it. Am I looking at it? No, that's right. It's not a label, it's a text box. And that's where we got in trouble the first time, because we were trying to do it as a label. Trade count dot text box at trade count dot text is equal to trade count space close parentheses, then plus, and then see trades today, and that is a number, so we need to do number to string, and that will be 0 decimal places because it is an integer, and then verify. So now this time when it opens up, it should automatically give us our number of our account. Okay, which is this. All right, the only other thing I think I might will want to do, so, you know, if I put something in here, which it's not letting me put any more than one thing in there, but if I hit the control button, then it automatically resets us back to 0. The only thing I would want to change it differently is I need to figure out a way to modify that number. You know, in the event that something happens and it loses track of the counts for the day. So if we see how many trades we took today. Oh, and there's something else that I learned today that's pretty cool is Trade Manager. All right, but so just for today, for the we'll just do like since 7 o'clock on. We saw 1 trade, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. We'll just put like 10. I'll just go from 9:30. How about that? So he did from 9:19, 9:30. He did 1, 2. I think there's a third trade in there. No, we only did 2 trades. Okay, so I want that number to start off as 2. I want this number to be 2. How would I get that number to be 2? I don't know. Let's see. And I really don't know. But I think we can make this so you can modify it. I know that there's a way that where you can accept input or not. Read only is false. So it lets you put something in it, but it's actually doesn't seem to like what I'm putting in it. Let's return. Let me see. Because if I can just erase everything out, then and whatever I put in, yeah, there we go. If I can erase everything out, whatever I put in, and then I hit enter, it'll take that information and then make that the new count of the trades. Yeah, boom, like that. All right, so what do I need to do that? I need to say if the number is changed. So we go back here, and then we go to event handler, and then we'll say if the text is changed, double click on that, which gives us a new method over here, which is this. So we'll say, and once we hit enter, we'll just say that the value that's now in text box trade will be the new count of trades. Count of trades today is equal to text box trade count dot value dot text. It's a text because it's a text box. And now we need to make that a string to a number because that's a text, so it needs to become a number. So string, because our count trades today is an integer, so string to number. Take that text there, boom, verify. Okay, now what do we have? Let's come back to our chart and our interface. Okay, so now you see it's 0, so I'm just going to take all that out. I said we're going to put it at 2, so I'm going to hit 2, enter. Now it says trade count 2. All right, so I can click on this and it doesn't do anything. But if I hit the button while I'm in it, if I hit the control button, which is all we've been working on for the last 30 minutes, if I hit the control button, it'll reset this to 0. Bam. All right, cool. All right, so we started at 2. So now any other new trades that it takes, it will be updating this trade count number. Of course, I got to upload that elsewhere to other stream writers or something like that. But for right now, this is all I need. The only other thing, okay, so if I turn this off, then it goes back, yeah, it goes back to there. All right, if I hit this, boom. Okay. I got a flatten button, I got a scaling button, keeping up with my trade count. All right, so let me make a note of that. So labels are more versatile than, excuse me, I still keep getting it wrong. Text boxes are more versatile than labels. For manipulation. All right. All right. So I fixed that. So that's another one. Done for the day. Number of trades, yes. Sequence boxes or panel of green if the two things are the same. All right, so I gotta work on that. Add text box to modify variables. Oh, profit target, max daily loss. All right, let me go ahead and work on that one. Profit target, max daily loss. And I'm thinking, because I just started exploring the kind of the data grid here, so I'm gonna maybe no, I'll use this for something else, because as a data grid, this doesn't really help. Profit target, max day loss. So I can do this right now. This is read only. These two are read only. So I could do this the same way I did this. And I think that's what I'm going to do. That way I can modify it on the fly. All right. So click on daily target, and I've got this. And when you look at the properties here, flat style, and this is a label. Text daily target. Okay, so you can't modify labels anyway. All right. This doesn't have like a read only or anything like that. So you can't modify it from this screen, which is, I guess, is okay. You wouldn't necessarily need to modify a label from this screen. You'd be wanting to modify text, right? So let's see, where would I modify this? I know what I think I'm going to have to do, and it doesn't have any event handlers. Nope. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of it, but then it'll just take the values from here. Yeah. All right, so, all right, there we go. I must have taken another order because I got this error here, which we saw before, right? Because I did something wrong. I added something wrong in there. Oh, nice. I mean, looks like a good potential for $100, but that looks pretty close to like this potential risk area down here. Oh wow, look at that. Yes sir. Now if I was only trading a live account, but I'm not. This is still sim. I was supposed to be doing live account this week, but I've found out so many more things I needed to work on, so I've been working on those things, and it's okay. It popped right up there and moved down too. That is great. Okay, so let's open our script back up and see. So we're up, what, 239 for the day now? Not bad. I mean, it can literally give it all back by the end of the day. I promise you that. So, like I said, we still have more to work on. But for now, we're just gonna take it one step at a time. All right, so let's get in here and add our text boxes. Getting that down, we're gonna have text box 3. It's going to be daily target. Accepts return. See, you see what we were talking about earlier. Where is that? Read only. Yeah, read only. It's gonna be false. So that means that we can't put information into it. All right, and so it does need an event handler, which if text change, okay. All right, and then we're just gonna take this spot, click on it, right click on it, copy it, come over here, paste it, disappeared. So when it disappears like that, all you have to do is go to the copy here, text box. Where is text box trade count? Oh, there it is. Text box 3. Did we get the right name on this? Text box daily target. And then this is text box daily risk. Okay, so this is going to start out saying and I don't remember what the daily risk variable is. Neither do I remember what this one is. All right, so let's go find out what those variables are. I think there is inputs, profit target day. So now you can't modify inputs, so we need to make this a variable. Take that out of there, paste it there. We're gonna make it a inch bar persist because it's gonna be changing, you know, within a bar. It's gonna be changing whenever we decide to change it. So I profit target day. I profit target day is here. I'm gonna go here and add I profit. Now it's going to give me an error. I'll show you why. Target is something I learned a while ago. If I hit enter, well, it did that, but oh yeah. So I've already got it. If it's a string, then you have to write out. I forget what it. Forget what it is. Yeah, so you see how I have string here? You don't have to put string, you can just put what it is. And like if this is, since this is a Boolean, you can just put the variable and then you can put the initial value. You don't have to put bool. But if you put bool, then it will accept it properly in your inputs like this, in these inputs that we just did. But if you don't have string already here, then it won't do it right. All right, but I already have double there for the profit target for the day. I already have double, so that's fine. and IMAX trade risk, IMAX daily. Our daily max loss. Cut that. Paste that right there. That also needs to be intra-bar persist. Copy that. Daily risk. And that is a number. So you can do the same thing over here. Yeah. Okay, so now our daily max loss, profit target day. So we're on the Xbox daily target, which is here. So the whatever is in our text box, daily target dot text will become a string to number. Will become our new value for our daily daily target. Daily? Nope, daily? Or was it target? Alright, let's go back here. Profit target day. Where is that? Oh, no space. I'm telling you, this is a process. Anybody tells you it's not know what they're talking about. How come? All right, there we go. All right, let's do that. Space daily max loss. Profit target day. Copy that. I don't know why that didn't show up before, so we're probably gonna run into an issue. Our profit target for the day. Now the question is, I think our profit target for the day gets updated with the uninitialization and initialization of the chart. We need to make sure of that though, because once we update this number, then we need to reprint out Still not showing up. You know what? That probably means that we did something wrong when we initialized it. That's typically, you know, the kind of issues that you get. Like there's not a comma in the right place or something like that. Typically, like if you move something or remove something, if a comma isn't in the right place, it won't recognize your variables. All right. Not seeing it now, but I assure you that's what it is. Oh, well, this has got to be interbar persist has got to be first, not the variable type. See how interbar persist is right there first. This integer needs to be right here. All right, so that probably did it. All right, let's go ahead and verify it. Matching quote missing. Daily max loss. Daily minor string. That's because I didn't put a quote, and it still put a quote. Number num2 string daily max loss. Oh, well, we didn't use this function properly, which needs a 0, and that still didn't fix it. Daily risk that plus num2 string daily max loss 0. All right, it keeps doing that, so something is daily max loss. I wonder if it's messing up because it's actually an integer and not a double. Let's try a double. Nope, still doing it. You know what? I think I saw that one time before, is that even though I like putting this in here like this, I don't think it allows for you to concatenate or join strings within this box here, so we have to do that at another place. So we just want to copy that, but then get rid of that. But that label needs to be, we need to write that label out before we get too far. All right, so label daily risk label. Here's a label daily risk right here. Oh, this is the one that we just did. Okay. So that's fine. Plus we already did it right here. Yeah, it's going to do the same thing for the other one. For the profit target. You see that? You can't add your strings, join your strings in your text. All right, now I just fixed it. So what are you doing? Now I can do it here, so don't be bothering me about this. Daily target plus new string. Oh, this is .text. All right. All right, so here we go. I don't think we had anything in the, let's see, target. Daily target isn't wanting me to modify it. So which one did we just work on? Daily target, yes. If the text is changed. I think the problem with this though is because the text changes every time you change the text. I mean, so for every integer that you tap into the screen, it's registering it as a change. So instead of using text change, might need to use key down, like the enter key. So we're going to use key down. We'll get rid of this one, delete it from there, but we'll take the information out of here, put it down there, get rid of that method, and now that we have this profit and this daily target, if you press the enter button, then you want to do this. Okay, so if args.isKey, like I said, this is what we ran into with the other one. Is that it works with the text box, not with the label. All right, so if args.key equals key value, if args.key value equals, I think we can do it this way. Virtual keys, this will give us an enumeration of the key. Enter, then begin, end. So now it'll go through and it'll update the profit target for the day, and then it will spit it back out, giving us actually the daily target, etc., etc. All right, so let's hit verify. Xbox text change. Text change, we got rid of that, so all right, let me look closely. Oh. All right, well, it worked that time, which I literally didn't do anything extra. All right, so you see here, it says daily target. What I'm gonna do is take that whole thing. I'm gonna put 500, then when I hit enter, now it updates that. All right, I just need to put a $sign. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put 5, 1, 2, 3, since we're working with these minis. Now I'm gonna hit enter, and it does 5,000. Okay, so it needs to make sure there's a integer number, or it could be a double, but just not have any other characters in it. Now, if I wanted to, I could do some other fancy programming to say, all right, well, if the first character is a $sign, then remove the $sign, and then just give the number. But I'm not going to do all that because I'm using the program and I know I'm just going to put the number. So let's put an extra $sign right here. Okay, and then when we first start the program up as well, we need to do this same labeled That's the label daily target. Now we need to do the daily risk. Not label, but text box. So we're going to get rid of this. We'll make this text box daily risk dot text. It's going to be that. Copy that. Copy that. Come over here. Daily risk. The event handler. The key down. All right, we get rid of this text box daily target change though. Daily risk. This one we're getting rid of. This one we're pasting. Same way though, if we put the args.key value equals virtual. Oh man, come on. Stop being slow. Okay, baby. Do it all right. Got to boost enough to you. Anything. Got to boost. Daily max loss. Same thing. This is something who we gotta make sense for. Alright, text box daily risk, text change, text box daily target. Oh, did I not remove the one I didn't need? Yeah, didn't need this one, so we delete that. Now re-verify. Okay, now I'm not sure that it's keeping my values. So let's go here. I'm going to do 500, 5,000. And our daily risk is going to be 2,500. All right, need to stretch that one out a little bit. We'll probably stretch this one out a little bit too. All right, and then we said that, yes. Oh, are we actually holding, well, that's something good to know too. You just go in there and you just hit enter, then it's gonna reset it to 0. Because technically, you didn't put anything else in there. Or it's reading a null value because it's reading a string. So don't just go in here and press enter. That'd be bad. Well, I'll just say that if it's not null. How about that? So see, if I go in here and I press, if I don't make any changes and I just press enter, it's reading it as a string, right? So, so what I'm gonna do, I could just say that if it's a number, the number is greater than 0. I'll say that if this number converted to, like I said, it's getting to be a little bit extra, but this number converted to a string from a we got to go reverse now. If it's the enter button and this number here, this string here, convert it to a number, is greater than 0, then we're going to work our magic. Okay. All right. So we did that on this on the target. So we're going to go and look at the target. Okay. All right, so we're just going to go back and try the two different things that we did before. All right, you see here though that app storage did not save our value, so we need to make sure that we update that. But we're going to put 5,000. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so it updates that. Now, if we just come in here and just randomly hit enter, right, it'll do that. But if we come in here and randomly hit enter, it didn't change it, right? It didn't change it because the value was not greater than 0. It was a string, and it was calculated as being 0, I guess. All right, the other thing that we could do is, well, yeah, if we change this to whatever number, we could just, and then we hit enter, we could say, all right, well, take whatever string is here and take the last X number of digits, trailing digits, up to the dollar sign. Could do something like that. Or start looking at the string when you get to the dollar sign, and then keep everything after that. A couple of interesting things you can do with strings. So we just need to redo, just add this same information to our daily risk. And this will be text box daily risk. Okay. Oh, now we need to go and make sure that we have our app storage information updated. So we need to make sure that we're storing our profit target day and our daily max loss. So I can just kind of go ahead and put that together right here. And oh, it's going to be equal to daily max loss. Because these keys are case sensitive, I typically won't do anything capitalizing them just to keep from messing up. And then I also won't put these underscores or anything like that in it, because that also will trip you up real easily. I don't put the I's in there either. Profit, target, day. Alright, so this is going to be what we store when we uninitialize. Remove that, go to setup. When we uninitialize, when we turn the script off, we will be storing that information. And then when we reinitialize, when we start the program back up, along with these other settings, we will be remembering what these values were, reminding the computer. And remember, It's a dictionary or collection, so you have to as type it. As type, this is a double. Pretty sure that was a double. Yeah, I think I changed it because it was an integer and I changed it to a double. Boom! All right, verify. Well, I could start those. Update, yeah, I'm gonna need to update those values. Because otherwise, I think it's just going to show 0 or something like that. Yeah, just... I don't know what it'll say. It'll probably just say text box. Oh, it'll just say daily target. $2,500. All right, now we're going to restart the program. And it probably will not say, oh yeah, it did. Okay. Oh, that's right, because I did that earlier. I made the update for the text box after the initialization. I made that earlier. All right, so this is good. That's good. Now we can get rid of these two. And they're accompanying. Okay, they didn't have any method event handlers, so we're just going to delete these. Label daily target. Let's go to our program and see if we had anything labeled daily that we need to erase. Okay, and then our label daily risk. All right. I think we got everything cleaned up. All right, we're gonna move these up. Okay. Text box, we're just gonna change the default wording on that so we can keep track of what it is just while looking at it visually here. All right, so that's a few things off my list. Let me check those two things off. And let's see, sequence boxes, panel green. All right, we do need to do that. Add text box to modify variables, profit target, max daily loss. All right, get that one. Start another Excel spreadsheet for NQ. All right, so let's do this. Let's go to all those. We're going to make it visible. Log data, run. So you see right now we don't have the sequences on here. The sequence for the last calculated run isn't on here, but the sequence for the applied run is on here. We're going to run this. Does our countdown here. Oh, and I can't forget to look at that other one issue. Okay. All right. Good stuff, good stuff. And then it also pulled up my Excel spreadsheet that all the data scrub is going to. Again, so I'm probably going to rename this for ES swing lows, just so I don't have too much information on one chart. But then I'm going to make one for NQ swing lows, and then all this information will just be redone for NQ. Oh, what it reran You see now we have the calculated sequence and we have the applied sequence. When it reran, it actually gave us said that based on the entries that have happened up until this point, there were a couple more times where it may have given you an entry. So this green one here, this double chain, I've seen this one work better in the past. Like this is the green one here, and that was a great entry. But the black ones, I think the black ones give you more attempts. But if you had got in on these green ones, I mean, they kept firing all the way down, and you would have been taking L's. Well, technically, you would have got in, I think, here, and the stop loss would have been down here. So you would have taken a loss from this one, but you wouldn't have taken 1, 2, 3 losses. You would have only taken this one loss, and then you would have got in here, and then you would have, got that money back. So, yeah. So I think, like I said, overall, we're moving in the right direction with this whole trading platform trading idea. Control press here. That's I need to get rid of that from when I was working earlier. Control press. It's right here. That's when I was doing charting host down. That's fine. We can leave that on here with the charting host, but I don't need to actually print out control press. All right, so let's go back to our chart. Like I said, it's the way I cook, right? I make a little bit of a mess and then I clean up along the way. I don't wait to the very end to clean up everything, but I don't clean up every step along the way either. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear this. One of the things I did need to look back at is my reset times here. My reset times don't seem to be working quite right. So what I'm doing with the reset times is I'm taking this information here, I'm putting these values into you know what? I think I know why. Okay, so after it resets or after I restart, I need to be saving this token list. Yeah, and then when I put new information in, I need to clear it. Because I think what's happening is when this restarts, you see how this is red now? But if I go in here and I put the times in here and I hit enter, it's green. So that means that it's stored to the token list, right? But then when I do a restart, it turns red. I think when it's turning red, it's pretty much saying that I don't have anything stored in that token list. I don't know. I have to double check on that. What was I working on? Sequences for the panels. All right, so I want both of these to be the same. So if these are the same, I'm gonna make a new panel. I'll drag some of this to another monitor. Okay, so if this is yes please. All right, so that is panel trading. This is button 8. I need to change the name of this, make it a little bit more recognizable. Button 8. Because if I change button 8, then it will disrupt everything else. So what I need to do is I need to change button 8, and then I need to go in and do a find replace for everything else. All right, so we're gonna do button 8, button applied sequence. Okay. All right, and now I'm gonna go in here and do a Control H, button 8. I'm going to replace it with button applied sequence. Okay, so we're going to do the first find. You see where I did here, button 8 dot Texas target sequence. If I left this as button 8, then the program will say, I don't know what button 8 is. There is no button 8. Okay, so I've got to replace that. All right, so it goes to the next one. All right, got to replace that. Go to the next one. All right, so now we're at button applied sequence. So there shouldn't be any more. Very good. All right, so that's all we have to do with that. So now we have something recognizable. We are dealing with both button 8 and, excuse me. Now we're not dealing with button 8. We're dealing with button 3. All right, so we got to do the same thing here. All right, so I clicked on this one. This one says button 3. All right, so let's change button 3. Button 3 is going to be calculated sequence. Button calculated sequence. Control H. Button 3, button calculated sequence. All right, so let's go ahead and start finding button 3 text. Replace that. Replace that. Replace that. Replace that. Replace that. Replace that. That. I've done Control All before, and sometimes that will, just replace all, and that will mess you up. So just put your eyes on what you're doing, because sometimes if button 3 happens, if the word button 3, or if you have some other word that is fairly common, then it can show up within another variable or another method, maybe a local method, and then it'll just screw you up. Like the word index, IDX, I use that everywhere, even in local variables, local methods. And if I was to do a replace all with that because of something that's happening in my main module, then I would just break everything. All right, so where was I at? Sequence. I want to make sure that these sequences are the same. So this sequence here, which is now called button calculated sequence, and this sequence here, button applied sequence, if they're the same, then I'm going to make the panel a different color. So let's go ahead and put a panel on here. All right, this panel is going to be called sequencing. It's a lot harder to show you guys and do it at the same time than it is for me to just have everything open up across all my screens and just do it. All right. Panel sequences. I'm not able to see that well. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to drag it from here to here. And then it'll just be that background color. Perfect. Right click on it, send it to the back. Okay? All right. And then, now I need to say if these sequences are the same. So, where do I want to do that at? I want to do that after the sequences load. Yeah, I think I have to reload it. So if button, time for me to go get some lunch here in a minute. Well, breakfast. I have not had breakfast yet. Again, told you guys, I go. I don't stop. I really don't stop. Butterfly. Come on. Button calculated. Button applied sequence. Dot. I wonder if I can just ask if they're equal instead of using the text. Instead of saying text, button calculated sequence. If they're equal, then panel underscore sequences dot back color equals color dot from ARGB. We're gonna go something. I don't remember if you can do a transparency on the back color, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try 180 red, no red, 180 on the green, and then 0 on the blue. Verify. All right, it popped up on my other screen, but here we go. All right, so right now they are the same, but it didn't change that back color. So let's change that to the text. Verify. Like I said, this is just a good visualization that you have that these match, because if these don't match, then that means that whatever's been calculated most recently is not applied to the chart, and we do need it to be applied to the chart. All right, still didn't take it. So this might just, or more likely, is just not the right place to apply this at. Where do we run load Excel? That's the question. Oh, there's green now. Okay. All right, so it did work. It just takes a while because, again, it's got to load everything to Excel. It's loading everything to Excel, running it, and then rerunning the program. Okay, so that's good. All right, I do like this green over here though, so I think I want it to be that green. That's a weird, looks weird when this is kind of gray though. What is this, a label? Okay. What is the background of this trading panel? Alright, this is one way to find out. This is called panel trading. Come over here. So come along for the ride. It happened unexpectedly. Promise myself that I would never love again, but you made me feel something. Oh. I thought about you. Thought about you. Couldn't seem to do every time I thought about you. I thought about you. All because I think about you. Nothing seems to help. Don't even know myself. But a heart does what it wants to do. See you smile, and I must admit I get so emotional. I think I'm falling for you. I thought about you. Thought about you. And every time I think about you, I wanted you every time. It's so divine. All because I think about you. I am constantly reminded that you always someone who I like to know. You don't know me. You're my pride and fancy. You're with me constantly in my mind. You, I thought about you. Trade count is not holding its value. Let's see why not. You, every time I think about you, I thought about you, I thought about you, easily, every time I think about you, I thought about you, I thought about you. All because I think about you. Must have taken another trade. Like I said, I got that error again. So. Alright, let's see. Are we going to keep $87 or we're going to get $87 back? clearly is starting to, well, I hate to say clearly, like I understand the market at all, but it looks like it's starting to pull back. So longs will not be the favorite, you know. So, all right. Let's see. Text change. Key down. I think we got rid of the text change. I think we got rid of that one. Key down. This guy. Oh yeah. What did I do? We didn't get rid of that. Okay, so if we did text change, then that would update our trades today to that. All right, and then if we hit enter, then if we hit enter, we're going to reset. So, oh, it almost went up and gave us our little bit of profit. Come on. Come on. Will it. Will it. Everybody will it. Come on. Stay long. Stay long. So that's the other part of what I need to be working on beyond getting the rest of this together. There we go. Good. Close it out. Is trade management, right? So when it goes down as it starts moving up, do I need to be putting in replace tickets to move up to break even, or do I just need to leave it alone? So if I move up to 50% of my target range, do I move my protection up to break even? That's all right. We still have to figure all that out. Okay. That is a crazy move for the day, though. Up from 80 to 30, 50 points. All right, so we made those changes. Oh, I didn't put this back in there for text box, trade count, text change. Just gotta go back in here. Like I said, just don't be deleting stuff. Don't just be deleting stuff. Now verify. All right. We must be up to what, like 300 on the day now? But again, it's a really bullish day, so, you know, I mean, all right, I'm just gonna work on the times, the reset times, and then I'm gonna have to give it a break. I've done well. I've made a lot of changes, a lot of improvements today. I still will come back and work on this data grid. All right, so my daily target, my risks are sticking. This here All right, that's acting super funky now. So what did I do? All right, let's go back here. When I go into a text change, double click that. That's here. At that point, see, count trades today is going to be equal to text box trade count dot text string to number. Okay, and then the text box trade dot count text. Be trade count plus number to string. C trades today. Let me make sure that C trades today is a intrabar persist. When you're getting unexpected, yeah, it is intrabar persist. I'll make that a double. Beyond that, that's only going to do that if the key down is an enter. Let's just make sure that we can read only as false. Well, honestly, at this point, if I want to, like I said, because part of what I was just trying to do was to use a key that could reset it easily. You know, like if I clicked on the text box, I could have a key that would reset it easily to 0. Then I also wanted to be able to modify it. So why not put those into the same one? I just reset it to 0. I just enter 0 if I want to reset it, as opposed to trying to use a key to reset it to 0. Just put my own number. Alright, so I want to comment this out. So if arg's out control, then C trades today is going to be whatever we put in the box. Nope, not of count. Yeah. And that's going to be a string to number. And after I update this trades today number, we're then going to take that count trades today number and add it to the end of the string set trade count, and that will be assigned to the text box trade count text. Alright, like I said, the only thing I need to do is make sure, and I already looked at it, make sure that on initialization that trade count is C trades today. And if you get this wrong, if you misspell this or something like that, when you open it back up, when you pull it back up, you will have an error. Alright, so let's make sure that when we pull it back up in the initialization phase, that we use the right key. Trade count, I think that's what it was. C trades today will be equal to trade count as type integer. I think I changed that to a double. All right. runner. That is not doing what it did earlier. Yeah, it's just not. I'm sure it's something simple, so let's get to the bottom of it. This is text box trade count. Let's see what is messing with text box trade count. When I enter a trade, it's updating the text, the trades count. Yep, nothing wrong with that. When I count key down, if RH.control is Oh, I have to hit control for this to happen. Args.enter. We have enter. Args.key code. Virtual keys dot enter. Boom. Boom! There we go. There we go. There we go. Every single thing. Every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Call it 5 trades for the day. Yep, so we're at 5. So from now on, any trades that come in, it should just keep adding to this and just keep it moving. All right. Like I said, I could work on the formatting of this, which I've already done quite a bit of it here over the last half week. So I will continue to work on that. Got all my strategies turned on. Work on this data grid here. But for right now, we are good to go. I see though, I believe I'm seeing that if you have an error that shuts your program down and you have to like reopen it, I think it clears your app storage. So I have to keep that in mind and see if there's maybe I want to put this information into my spreadsheet and pull that information from my spreadsheet at the start of every run instead of here. I don't know. I have to figure it out. Because if I have that there, if I do a run, like I said, as long as the program hadn't shut down on its own or it had some issue, when it comes back up, the app storage has saved the values of the 5,000 to 2,500. However, it looked like if I had an error that shut it down, like shut it down. If I have something like, if I just put a random thing in here, and then I verified it, and it gave me an error because it's not verified anymore. All right. Now there's not verified down here. Now it looks like if I open this back up, let's see if I clear this issue up, re-verify it. It's still showing 5,000, but I'm pretty sure that there was a issue that did clear this value. I mean, because it's happened a couple times just sitting here looking at it. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. All right, let me look over these reset times, and then I will be done. All right, sequence boxes panel green. If yep, check, got that done. Set another Excel spreadsheet for the queue. All right, still need a way to check your strategy order with no protection. I already strategy order on with no protection. I already did that. Checkbox for set providers. I already have that. Confirm what the actual max trade risk is. I've got that. Add profit target. I did that. Checkbox for scale risk. I did that. Okay. So I'm getting through it. All right. So let's see what's next. Like I said, just kind of go through this reset times. Ooh, it's a little bit of a drop there. Okay. All right, so reset times. If I go and I look and I say, all right, well, what is the times to reset? All right, so if we click on, oh, what is that? Okay, if we click on reset times, it's called text box reset times. Excuse me. Text box reset times. If I press key down, it'll do that. Key down. Oh, I think that's what turns it green. Text box change. All right, so let's click on that one. Yeah, so if I click the text box change, then it changes the color to red. Yeah, so as long as I put something in the box, it's going to change it to red. But then if I hit enter, it turns it green. Key down. Right, so if argstack key is enter key, then we're going to turn it green. We're going to clear the reset times token list. This is a TL token list. Reset times. We're going to clear it, and then we're going to add these values. Add text box reset times text. Okay. TL reset times add. We're going to add what's in the text. Now, it's fine if we only have one time in there, okay? But if we don't have one time, all right. So we're adding the problem with this. Okay, so we are clearing the token list, and now we're adding this, and then we're updating. I don't know if we need to update this right now. We can update this on the uninitialization, But we need to do more work here. Where is the rest of the work for the reset times? It should be in the once statements. Where is the work? Reset times, reset times, reset times. All right, let's do a search. Reset times. Okay, here we go. And we're going to do this on every bar. We don't need to do it on every tick. We do need to do it on every bar to check to see if we have a time that is equal to one of those times. X reset time is true. Let's go and see what X reset time true is. All right, if date is equal to current date, then for index of 0 to TL reset times, that count minus 1. If the current time is equal to some of the, okay, with the string to number, reset times by index, then what are reset times? Reset times by method. We're going to remove that index. And then we're going to store the reset times. App storage, reset times. Because we already removed it. Now we're going to storage reset times, TL reset times, dot value, dot to string. I don't know that we need to. I think that we can just save the token list to the app storage. I don't think we need to do it as the value, which I think is fine. But app storage reruns equals 0, and then we're gonna rerun the program. That's fine. We stored this first. Like I said, when we open it back up, what are we doing with the reset times? And then what did I just copy that I'm just holding on to now? Set of providers. Reset times. Where is reset times? There's the reset times that we saved on shutting the program down. We need to also be pulling it back up when we start the program back up. So where is that at? There it is. If it contains reset times, then text box reset times dot text equals app storage reset times as type string. Okay, that should be right. Now, what am I holding on to? I forget. Reset times equals. Like I said, we don't need to do that when we enter it because it happens on uninitialization or when that time hits and then it resets. Let's just make sure it is run on uninitialization. And no, it's not. That's well, I won't say that that's our problem because it should have been saving that when we hit enter. So it should have been saving it anyway. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a trial here. So once I go in here and oh, this reset times, text changed. I bet that's giving us some crazy key down. Text box reset key down. Okay. Okay, key down. Yes. All right, so that's going to turn to green. It's going to clear the token list, and then it's going to add whatever is in the text box to the token list. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to print TL. I'm going to print whatever's in the token list to a string. All right, she's running. Looked like there were a couple more potential attempts there, but I think we had the program down at the time though, so. All right, so I'm gonna just go in here. All these values are still in here. It looks like the app storage is saving pretty well. So now I'm gonna hit enter. All right, when I hit enter, you see my token list there. So there's everything in it. All right, so again, I go over here, I hit enter, my token list does print. All right, so, but I put these in last night. So it doesn't appear that like the program didn't reset at these times. If it did, then it should have removed the token list and then reset. But it didn't do it because, like I said, even as of last night, these are still in here. So when we go back down to the, not the once block, but the reset times. So if reset times that count, it's greater than or equal to 1, which we know it is, then reset time is true. X reset time true. If date is current date, I feel like that's redundant. I mean, no, it's not. Okay. So it's just going to be going back through the prior bars when we're on historical bars. So what I need to do is just say, you know, if it's the last bar on the chart. I mean, or if today's current date, that works too. But just saying that we're on live bars because we wouldn't want it to reset as it's trying to run the program. It would just keep resetting. All right, so if the last bar on chart, then for index 0, if current time equals string to number, it's clearly not going into here. Let me try setting this for time it's about to be. All right, so I just literally changed that just right now. Let's see if the chart picks it up. So it's 12:30 now. This should be the 12:31 bar. So technically it would have already went by. 12:31 bar, right? So let's do 12:30, 32. Still got 2200 in here. Wonder why that wasn't erased. That shouldn't be in the token list anymore. And now, even though we're on the 1232 bar, you know, the way the program is set up is it's only set up to run the code at the final tick of the bar. So when this program gets to the final tick of this 1232 bar, that's when it should reset the program. Actually, both of these would have worked because this would have got in here. The stop would have been down here, would have taken profit here. This one would have been stopped down here, and take profit would have been like up here. Both of those would have worked. It's lower risk, but they would have worked. All right. All right, so it went to the next bar, but it didn't reset us or anything. All right, so again, you see I changed that 1234 and this is still showing 2200. So something is awry. The token list is not completely getting cleared. So let's go back here. Reset times. Key down. Is this guy? TL reset times not clear. Yes. And then add the text that's in reset times. I feel like it's only clearing the last entry. I don't know what it's clearing. I gotta think about this for a second. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, not even a little bit. Oh, I think I see something. Because I think somehow what I was putting in, I wasn't going all the way to the left-hand side of the screen. I was only changing what I could see, right? Because remember, I had multiple values in before, right? And so I think I only was changing what I could see. Or there's a potential. Maybe there were a lot of spaces like that. Yeah, but then it would look like that. So, I don't know. I really don't know at this point. Let's try changing that time to 12:37 or 12:36. All right, so set for 12:36. So when this candle finishes, 12:36 candle finishes, it should reset. Should rerun this program. Nope. I mean, it does have the times. Are we even coming into this method? Just put a random bug in here as we are debugging. Put a random bug in here. We're just gonna look and see. Well, we just started another bar, and I don't even see that bug showing up. But again, when I restarted it, this is showing red. Let me hit enter. Alright, I think I started another bar and it still didn't print that. Oh, there's our 30. Okay. Alright, so it's at least coming in here. I think the only thing I'm thinking we're going to have an issue with is the fact that, well, either the spaces, extra spaces, or the decimal places. If the decimal places can be equal to the time. So we know that it's getting the right count. That it is able to count what's in the token list, and it's at least able to send it over here. And when we have a last bar on the chart, it can go into this block. Zero to reset times. If current time is equal to string 2. So let's print the current time. Let's just print it for comparison. And then we'll find out how little we know about our program and the language. Alright, so we're going to print current time, and then we're going to put a space, and then we're going to print this out. Easy enough, right? And then we can come back. Yeah. Correct time. Oh, it's time for breakfast. It's 12:40, guys. It is time for breakfast. Let's do 12:40, 41, and 12:45. We won't get there, but there's 12:41, 12:45. So now when we get to this next bar, it ought to print us out some good information. There we go. That next bar just hit. So why didn't... It's everywhere, but I won't let it be. There will be no love dying here for me. There will be no love dying here. That's all. It's a rusted nail and for it. Everywhere. Oh, it reset on its own. Very good. Okay. Alright. Did it do our thing? Yep. Reset by times method, 12:41. I wonder how come it didn't reset properly before though. So now the question is, because I was able to hit enter there, the question is, will this, even though it's red, will this be updated in the system so that it will run also? It should rerun one more time so that the calculated sequence can take effect. Something like that. There we go. There we go. All right, so it automatically updated the results. Okay, now it's rerunning. So when it updates the results, when it gets done with the results, it should do a rerun and apply the new plots to the screen. All right, but that was still just a 12:43 run. So now we're going to wait for the 12:45 run. Nope. That took the 12:45. See, the 12:45 is gone now. How, Sway? How? Oh, it restarted at 12:44. Is that right? This one restarted at 12:41, and then this restarted at 12:44. There we go. Okay. Okay. I think it's all good now, but the 1244. Didn't I put in there 1245? I don't remember what time I had. I thought I put in there 1245. And so 1245 should it should 1244. $12.45. I know it's not running every bar. Let me look at it one more time, and then, like I said, that was the last thing I wanted to do. 12:45. If it was 12:45, this says the script started at 12:44. 12:45 shouldn't. Because again, this runs at the end of the bar. And the 12:45 bar captures everything from 12:44 on. I keep having to remember how Tradestation works. And so $12.45 bar doesn't start and move forward. $12.45 bar begins I've really been at this too long. I need to take a break. All right, so the 12:45 bar when it's complete, it has I don't think it has 12:45 information. So like now we're on 12:47 bar, but it's got everything from 12:46. It doesn't have the 12:47 information. That's why I say Tradestation is wonky. Right, so that would make sense. My 12:45 run would get played at 12:44. At the end of the 12:44 bar. Okay, so if we did a 12, this is 12:47, 12:48 bar, 12:49 bar. So if I did 12:49, it would run the next minute. 12:49 bar. Yeah. 12:49 bar. So now this should fire off when this bar is done. Because the 12:49 bar, it's not capturing it at the start of the bar, it's capturing it at the end of the bar. All right. Oh, we got an entry. We got an entry. The last time we got an entry, it shut it down because there was a error with the object. There was an object that I have in the main script. I told you I was afraid though that it looked like we're going bearish. All right, so it should have reset now though. It should have took that 1249 and reset. Or is it going to reset on 50? No, because this is a 1250 bar. Is it going to take us? I think so. That's another one of the things that I wanted to modify my script for, is that if you have a really long bar, even though this shows an entry right here, if this range here is really long, I think we need not take it. All right. Because now we're getting back into volatility. And this program, okay, so it did reset. All right, so it reset it at 1250. What was it, 1249? All right, whatever. I got to do something to wrap my head around that. And you see this worked too. So the trade count, it gave us an extra trade count. We did have 5. Now it gave us an extra trade count. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Anyway, still up 220 for the day. And that right there is what will make you say, oh yeah, go long again. Go long again. And then that's when it flushes. All right. Well, we're doing what we're doing, guys. This run isn't complete yet because this background isn't green, and we don't have our plots yet. So it's still doing work in the background with Microsoft Excel. And then when it gets done with that work, see, it went green, and now I think it'll rerun one more time, and then yeah, and then give us our plots. This is turning out to be quite the complex program you've written there, Breeze. Okay, it's set to enter again. But again, the green entries don't seem to be as strong as the black entries. But because the program was in the middle of rerunning, it missed that entry. And I think that's okay. All right, guys, I've been on here plenty long enough. And I've been programming for some 5 hours. It's time to get some breakfast. Look at that. Kept sinking. Yeah. Well, that's the next piece of the puzzle, though, is to incorporate some shorts into this thing. All right, guys. I hope you picked up a little something. Yeah, I am tired. It's time for my midday nap. All right, guys, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.